Good morning. 7th of June 2025. Went through clearing processes, lasted 4 days. It's a daily practice, goes early morning, throughout the day, night, middle of the night, and so on. I was going to do a private session for myself to receive guidance. I'm sensing and hearing this may be another occasion where I might appreciate to record it. And so we'll try. Excuse me if I close my eyes, it just helps me to settle in a little bit more in my space. At this stage, it takes me a bit to connect, but I can also sense the excitement that Spirit is already there, ready to connect. I have the book in front of me if I need to write, and if it flows, it'll be spoken. Yes, we're here, year one, just allow the words. We know you can do it. And remember, as when you started with the automatic writing, do not expect perfection, do not expect clear flow. When you start, this is the beginning for you in using your voice as an alternative and renewed, upgraded ways of communication. We have been waiting these days. Yes, there are several challenges that you are sort of put through beyond your understanding or anyone else's understanding, and these are meant to remain behind the scenes, so to say, and we are very mindful of what we are going to say in this part of the session because there is the awareness. This video is destined to go for the collective, and no, we will do a separate session just with you privately. What we can say that is of benefit for you and of benefit to others is never despair. Never despair, dear ones. When it feels that you are going slow or you seem to be on a different trajectory of where you thought you expected to be, or your intuition has been clearly signaling you must have been onto, never despair. Trust there are higher and benevolent forces behind that are trying to orchestrate. Yes, so much is in your hand. So much is in your hand, and as a matter of fact, you are the creator. You are in full charge of this beautiful experience that you are creating. It is indeed a co-creation between you, between your spirit guides, between your guardian angels, between source, between the galactic. It all is one. Everything is one, everything is the same. But at this stage, this will be too much for you to digest and comprehend. So to whatever fragment, to whatever part or energy identity or collective you are connecting with, or you do wish to connect with, just know the core foundation, it's all one. And as you refer to that individual fragment or fractal, say for example, if you want to refer to your spirit guide or to source or the Pleiadians and so forth, or to a loved one, just know that at times communication, senses, voices, vision, messages, dreams, channeling may be smooth, immediate in its manifesting, and at times it may be delayed. And when it is delayed, or when it seems like it is not coming through, do not despair. Do not be put down. Isn't that a beautiful opportunity also for you to discover who you really are, to forge patience, to forge clarity, to notice what happens within you? Are you self-questioning yourself? Are you now all of a sudden not believing in yourself just because you are not receiving information when you think they should come, or in the way they should be coming, or with the timing that they should be coming? Let go of judgment. And you, this human that is speaking, is doing that already, and we acknowledge her. This message is for everyone. The relevance of this message for you may vary. It may be 5%, it may be 100%. You will know, your heart will guide and your soul will guide, and you will have signs of confirmation. If you are on a path of expansion, if you are on a path of deciding to become more and better of what you can possibly be, the path will be laid ahead for you. And as you always remember, ask questions. And as we always remember, in every way, ask questions, ask to be shown. Ask to be shown the way. Do not be shy to make question. It is a co-creation. It is a collaboration. It is a beautiful collaboration. For some of you, maybe it's not going out so beautifully. In part, that might have been things that your soul have decided before incarnation. It might have been karma you needed to rebalance. It might have been soul or lessons you needed to learn, or you do wanted to learn. Maybe you have repeated the same cycles and beautiful lessons or experiences in a few lifetimes, and your soul decided to, hey, this time around, let's try, let's see who I can be, what experience I can have if I grow up in a different environment, or if I grow up in a different family or scenario. So it is part of the experience that trying different roles and different scenarios. Do not look at other people's experiences and use that only as a solid comparison of what is not working in your life. Be inspired. Approach it with curiosity. Approach it with curiosity. And with that curiosity of looking and observing other people's experiences, then you can bring that back to the communication with your spirit guides, to your communication with God, with Source, with the collective, with the universe, with Gaia. And you can ask, you may ask, can this be on my path? Show how. Those of you who are not yet at the channeling level, or the automatic writing, or receiving answers, or what we call download in a meditation, it may be an intuition, it may come while you are meditating, it may come hours, days, weeks after. If you are receptive and if you are open to receive the signals, they will come to you. So if you are not yet at that level where you ask questions and you are able to pinpoint and recognize when the universe is responding back to you, then first of all, if this is something that you wish to develop, you can, but as everything, it will require time, it will require practice and focus, it will require dedication. And that you do that with a genuine heart, with a genuine intention of wanting to learn how to do this. When she started, she wasn't at this level, and there was still so much ahead for her to learn, grow, and develop. In her eyes, she extremely slow and small in comparison to the people, the teachers that she is looking at and that she has been fed with. What we mean when we say she has been fed with is that we have been guiding her. When she wanted to watch something else, we would suggest her with a video that was the modality that she was responding to, so that she could sort of follow the traces, follow the nudges, and she followed through. And she followed through beautifully. And she spent hours and hours in connecting with people that were much ahead of her. And she absorbed everything, and she integrated with all the things that uniquely make her what she is and what she has to give to others. And we are sharing this because this is also happening to you in different ways. So recognize, this is to say, spirit guides would try to nudge you, would try to show you the path. Are you ready to, and are you recognizing the signals? Are you recognizing the traces, the nudges that are left ahead of you for you to follow? Create that connection with yourself. Going back to a step earlier, when we were saying about the meditation, and those of you who are channeling or receive messages in meditation, they will know better. It will be a bit easier for them, to those of you who do not, who are not yet there, because at least you will have some reference to understand, yes, you're on the right path, or not, you're far away, or so and so. We're smiling because she's, it's coming up to, this is more for the Italian audience. There is Marco Polo that you use also in the English language, but there is that game that is like acqua o fuoco, water or fire. It's a game that kids play, and this is the same conversation between your soul and you. And so, water, are you so far away, or fire, are you getting closer to the path that you're supposed to follow? And that it's the path that is supposed to guide you to the full expansion of your soul. It is the path that is supposed to guide you to the fulfillment of who you are and what you came here to do. And on that path, yes, you will find soul contracts. On that path, yes, you will find agreements. It may be sort of things that the soul had agreed to rebalance. Say, for example, you meet a person and there is immediately a strong connection with that person. Now, that person may be benevolent for you, may be malevolent. Malevolent is not the right word. Let's say karmic. So the nature of the connection might be for the human in the best interest, or not as much. Some of you would prefer the word toxic of that. And sometimes there are sort of matters to resolve that hasn't been fully cleared in other lifetimes. So there you go. The spirits have arranged, the souls have arranged or agreed to do to have another opportunity to try again in this lifetime and see if you understand, see if you learn the lesson. Sometimes it is not the same lesson that is offered again, it is a different one. Like if you were to swap roles, like if you were, for example, in one lifetime, one plays the victim and one plays the perpetrator. And so in another occasion, you would go sort of, okay, now let's swap roles and see to what degree my soul can expand and what can it learn, what can I learn in developing those different roles. and even that compassion. There is much more with this. But as a collective, as you all are getting more and more curious and almost ready to digest this concept and understand that everything happens at the same time, that all is one. And yes, you do live multiple experiences, and yes, you do are souls living an experience in the human body. You might start to be more and more ready and comfortable in understanding and discovering these concepts. And if they do not resonate with you, then it's okay. Move along and find what does resonate with you, because it is still your experience. Even if those of you who had chosen not to awaken in this lifetime, it is your experience. You remain the creator of what you decide to live. And yes, it is also true, the frequency, what you will cultivate within you, within your mind, within your emotion, within your physical body, within your energy, within your energetic projection, within your energy field, with the frequency to which you align with, that will contribute strongly to create the reality that you then see in a lifetime. Now, we want to reinforce this concept. You will see these in the most advanced manifestors, in the one that have worked the path and that have dedicated fully to this path, 100%. You will see how that evolves and progress. Imagine like an athlete that initially to run as fast, say, needs, for example, 3 months of training, and then as it progresses, that level of refining the skills, it compounds to maybe now only 3 days are needed to prepare to the same level. And it's the same with frequency. As you will continue to evolve, the level of time that is required between the moment you make a decision and you sustain that decision and the timing to which it would drop in your reality, to which it would manifest, it will continue to enhance. You see those people that are so high in frequency and in beautiful alignment with creation, that have reached that point where they speak the words and it manifests. Yes, some yogis, some guru, some of those who mastered metaphysical concept really knew these already from centuries and lifetimes ahead. And some of you in this lifetime, in this time that you're observing, of all different ages, no matter are more mature in life or are young in the 20 or earlier, are already experiencing this. Sometimes for children happen so fast because they are really enhancing and have within a beautiful genuine curiosity and joy to just play with the experience. And this is what you all adults should remember and should learn from children. It is an experience. Play with it. Play with it. Experience the polarity that comes with the experience on earth, but play with the experience. Do not feel stuck in the cage that, yes, in a way, you yourself created for yourself. Do not feel so stuck in maybe the routine or the environment or the work or any emotional pattern, any voice in your head that keeps repeating. This one witness that and catches in a good way family members and your ones constantly in the way, the loophole that the programming would be embedded in your subconscious, in your mind. And so all of the time that you're have a situation and you make an observation or a judgment, and then your mind starts to go, takes their own walk to an assumption, such as, for example, there is a situation and a person may go, I'm not going to try because people will judge me or may feel that I am full. That is an assumption, like in the infinite portfolio of options that you could have chosen to. Why is that? Why does it need to be that? Are not as many opportunities or possibilities that someone will see the joy or the beauty in you, or would resonate with the message that you're trying to pass, or simply with who you are with no judgment? Isn't that as well a possibility? So why would you allow the existence in your programming of that negative voice that is trying to put you down? And yes, this was part of the whole orchestration. This was part of the whole simulation. And yes, in a way, imagine like, yes, this can be fun. Imagine like a video game and having obstacle that is part of the video game, just to make it more entertaining, to make it more fun, to make the challenge for the soul, to make it an adventure, if you want to say. Many people refer to Earth as cool Earth. Most of you have heard, you have many galaxies and others observing you. So particular, so unique is Earth in its experience, and so vast in the fluctuation of the polarity, in the depth of the experiences. Some challenges are so deep, yes, they feel so real, and in the moment where when you continue evolving on your path and you understand, you're able to detach and you lessen the density or the heaviness of that cage that you build around, or the heaviness that you feel Say, for example, but this job is so hard, but this situation is so toxic, but this is hurting me so much. Yes, we know it. We understand loved ones. We understand that feels so real to you. At the same time, you remain the creator. Practice meditation, practice any type of connection with nature, with yourself, with your soul, with source, with spirit guides that works for you, and learn the detachment. Like if you're a bird that flies high and high and high, and so the eye view gets broader and broader, and now you have the ability to let go, still to remain aware. But do not allow the heaviness and the density to fool you into thinking that is all that it can be. You can change it. We were saying the faster, the more you progress, the faster that change will come. So with this, yes, those of you who are very advanced, you may see some of those, they are a level that should be inspiring. All right, yes, discernment is always number one. And not everyone that goes online and says they can do what they can do really reflect highest integrity. But this is also your beautiful opportunity to learn discernment. Some generally are truly at that level, and that should be inspiring. That should be sort of a wow factor of what is possible for each of you. For each of you, that is possible if you practice. Now, very important, if you are not at that level, have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for yourself and have the patience to understand how long have you been marinating in that negative programming? How long have you been marinated in that cage, in that stuckness, in those loopholes that are not serving yourself so much? Yes, from God, from source perspective, that is an experience that you've chosen. And with freedom, with infinite unconditional love, you're always respected, and you cannot be forced to change reality. That is your free will. That is the path, that the combination between your human and your soul has decided. And is, imagine a co-pilot between the human and the soul. This one speaking, his back started to say, her human started to say to the soul, show me, drive. You drive, you take most of the piloting, show me the direction. And progressively that happened. And some of you may notice, even if you're not aware of what you do behind the scenes, you might notice the different light, you may notice the different spark, you may notice the completely transformed energy that comes through. There are so many people that seems like different people, and that is the power of the inner work that each of you can do. So again, have compassion towards yourself. If you're not at that level of manifesting instantly, you need to take responsibility in acknowledging how long have you been in that sort of stuckness where the human mind and the ego is there to protect you. So it has its constructive, good functionality. It is part of the human experience, and it will continue to be on earth. However, the free will is also from within you, from that point of confidence and knowing you are immortal and you can never cease to be. And so if with harmony and peace, the human and the soul part of you can co-pilot your experience, now you can have the best of the two worlds, and you can try to integrate the human experiences with the soul experiences. And yes, we observe many of you decide to go full in with the human experiences. Might be material things, might be a career, might be else. Some of you prefer to go 100% with soul and spiritual only. The meditators, the monks, the guru, you may have, these people may resonate with you with that sort of concepts. There are infinite ways of co-creation in between, where someone very materialistic can also develop spirituality, and someone that is so much on their spiritual path and on their soul fulfillment path and creation can also be so much in alignment to have also a life that is filled with things that could seem materialistic to some of you. There is no judgment and there is no shame. Everything is an expression of creation, and you can be inspired. You can use that as a constructive, informative experience to understand what is possible for you. Once again, if you are not yet at the instantaneous manifestation, do not give up, do not despair. Understand it takes time, and understand it takes unwavering, radical honesty with yourself. What if you try asking for what you want and you try for 2 weeks or you try for 2 months? Some of you try and then give up and say it didn't work. And so again, dear ones, go back and reflect with compassion and with honesty within yourself. How long have you been stuck or immersed in that programming that wasn't serving you? Was that 2 weeks? Was that 2 months? Or was that many, many years? And so you need to understand the balance, that yes, if you keep practicing, you will reach that beautiful point where it takes you the fraction of a second. However, if you're not there, consistently do not give up and keep going. She tries to communicate this so many times. Do not give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Continue going. And in the decisiveness, in the consistency, in the integrity of what you try to manifest and call into your life, that will come. Remember, the number one law is mentalism. What you can create within, then you can create without, outside of yourself, and that will come. The universe will test you. We are closing the loop here and coming back to the first part of this video when we said about the challenges, or when you are tested. And yes, you might be tested because of karma that is following from other lifetimes. You might be tested because of programming that is set from the matrix. You must be tested because of soul lesson. And so, like, say for example, your soul wanted to expand the skill of courage in this lifetime, then God, source, universe would go, okay, we'll help you with that, and you will be presented on your life, on your path, with challenges that may seem very tough or harsh for you. However, once you overcome that, looking backward, you will understand how much unwavering courage is for me, how much unwavering courage you have developed. So much. And it's for any skill. For some of you, it's business. Again, sometimes it feels like you're surfing on a wave so beautifully. Those could be the case when you have repeated things or skills in so many other lifetimes that in this one you're really mastering that so beautifully. That's your thing. That's your one. At the same time, there will be other areas where, as we just explained, you are expanding a new skills. You're making it a little bit more. You need to practice discernment. You will be provided with many infinite occasions for you to strengthen that discernment until you learn. And every time, yes, if it hurts when you have a challenging experience, brush the dust off, clear once, get back up, keep going. We always say this every time. It is your birthright to be infinitely loved, supported, and divinely protected. So keep asking for that divine protection. All right, now we need to expand a message to her, and a very tiny percentage of you that is doing a path similar to her one. This will not apply to the majority of you. So the majority of you, when you do ask for divine protection, you will feel the love and you will feel that protection around you. It will come in action before you even fall. You may have needed it. Most of you, whether you are channeling or not, whether that is in human life or in spirit work, you have experienced that. You neither have to call in for protection. You may have the spirit, the benevolent spirit of a loved one or an angel coming through and sending light on your behalf, whether polarity tries to come in to interact with your experience. Now, keep in mind, we're not using the word good or bad or evil or good. We have referred to polarity. If you carry the light, the polarity may try to interact with you for different reasons. Some little majority of you in light that came here with a specific reason, and we want to make a final integration on this, because most of you, if you're on that path, not everything is supposed to be revealed at one. So even if you go and see the psychical dual session, do not expect to have everything revealed to you up front. Some of you do. Most of you have patience. There are reasons why things are not revealed. However, with that percentage of you, when you do call for protection, they may not come. So you ones, raise that courage within you even more and understand and know there are opportunities, there are rich opportunities for you to learn something. This one has been communicating to us, and us learn to communicate to the Creator, and us learn when such huge, heavy, dark challenges come, has learned to ask, who did let you in? Was that spirit guides or was that source? And there has been instances where she understood and now learned that the ground base of everything is the unconditional love, is the unconditional oneness and love of creation. And she has learned to let go of judgment and surrender to, if these things keep happening and she puts protection and they still keep happening, then, and she receives, yes, the resource, the orchestration of it, then there must be an I reason. And so we do not expect you to do the same thing, but whenever, yes, this requires a lot of discernment to be able to reach that level of conversation and understand, because it's not going to be always this way. Sometimes those are things that you can clear yourself. Sometimes those are things that are cycle. This is the opportunity of a cycle or a pattern for you to stop and interrupt, and it's not there for your best interest, and therefore it shall go. You can ask for protection in that sense. You can ask for it to cease and to recede back to where it belongs with dignity. Remember, dear ones, as within, so without, If you associate anger or rage or frustration, that will come back at you. So develop that skill to, when you invite darkness to recede out of your life, to do so from a place of peace, from a place of light, from a place of overflowing of love and compassion. And just understand that everyone is playing a role with this polarity. Everyone is playing a role. And so if you do play the role of the light, again, understand that the opposite role, we can say, of the darkness, may come and knock at your door to different degree. Those of you who are protected, enjoy that level of love and protection that is given to you in this lifetime, and continue fostering that communication with Source, with the universe, with guides around you. You're not alone. You're never alone, and you are so loved. Those of you who are feeling like walking up on a mountain, like this one, you're very special, dear ones. Do not feel alone. Do not feel alone. And again, we close and open this message with the same words. Do not despair. Never despair. There is a reason. And remember, you have decided to come here. You have decided to come here, and that was for a reason. And we understand. Some of you have known that reason since child. Some of you have discovered that reason halfway. Some of you had tiny breadcrumbs here and there, like this one. Some of you don't have a clue yet. It will be revealed to you when it's due time. On a final note, we want as well to reinforce that divine timing is, again, a co-piloting between universe and yourself. So do not only take things as they come. Remember that you can create and that you can redirect. If there is a direction that you do not prefer, or if there is something else that you instead you prefer, you could ask spirit guides and the universe, can that be in my reality? And if yes, show me how to. If these are your first step on this path, start to establish that connection with your own soul and get to the point where you are clear in receiving yes or no, and then develop and grow from there. If you're very much advanced, keep going, loved ones. Support one another, see, acknowledge, recognize one another. Continue growing your skills and know that everything will make sense. You always loved and you always supported, even when it seems that is not the case. Do not despair. There is always a reason. We love you so much. We love you so much. We love you so much. Keep communicating to us. We are complete for this message. Thank you. Thank you.